move this like that, see? Perfect. We're good. We got people working, everything set. Yeah! Okay. Okay. I'm excited. Did I push this? Oh no, it's this way.
There we go.
Cool. Yes. I'm going to introduce myself.
Please do.
Yes. I don't know what camera to look at, but all right. Hi, I'm Malika Jaycox, certified personal trainer and nutritional specialist for over a decade. My unique approach to fitness is tapping into the mind. You know, the mind is one of the most powerful tools of the human body. Once you tap in and connect with that mind, anything is possible. And today's episode of Health and Wellness, we are speaking with an experience. The topic is your experience with health and wellness and what it was like for you. And I have a dear friend and a client of mine as well. And I wanted to talk to my client to find out, you know, how that experience was for you and your journey through fitness. So I wanted to introduce you, which is Rosanna Berg. So thank you so much for taking the time out and meeting me, you know, for this episode of Health and Wellness. And, you know, the journey through fitness is unique to everyone. And I know I've been working with you for, I think, has it been longer? I think
It's
two and a half years?
2.5 years, yeah.
2.5 years.
Yes.
And, you know, I know you wanted to ask me some questions too, so we can do it both in one too. So I'll go first, then you can ask me one. How's that?
There you go.
Which is the first is, what has the experience been like for you when it comes to having a goal, you know, to personal training and actually self-development?
Well, for me, having you as a trainer is, it really makes all the difference in the world for me, right? Because, you know, I've been working out most of my life.
Right.
But the difference with the trainer is that it's a very focused effort, right?
Yes.
And you're so good at properly aligning the body and doing the right movements that need to be done. And
yes.
Right, and all of that creates so much better results in the body. I know it has for me.
Yeah, because you wanted to focus. You're in fairly great shape when I met you, and I think you wanted more of maybe like sculpting.
I wanted more sculpting, absolutely.
And so I wondered, you know, how your journey was for that.
You know what? There were two target areas, which was
right,
abdominals, right, and
working the core and the glute.
The glute. There you go. And as far as the core, I think my core is improved enormously. My muscles are a lot tighter. My tummy is a lot flatter.
Yeah. You look great. She looks great.
Well, it's thanks to her.
See that, right?
And so, you know, all the exercises you and I have worked on,
right?
They have been, you know, you designed a program for me to really target those two areas. And I've seen improvement in both of them, so yeah. I'm really happy. And it's been, you know, you're super professional, super knowledgeable. You make it very easy. You made it fun too, because exercising can be.
We gotta have fun.
Yes, we do. So you've done all of that for
me. I wanted to share with the viewers, because health and wellness isn't just about like our body, as far as necessarily the exercise in itself. You talk about self-empowerment and how, you know, it's important for you, and you wanted to talk to me about that too. So I feel like you're helping me get in touch more with my self, I guess, worth, that as a trainer, that sometimes I, you know, tug a war with it, you know, but you had mentioned that, so I didn't know if you wanted to ask any questions about that.
Absolutely. You know, as a woman, in a field that I believe is fairly tough, you know, being a personal trainer is not an easy thing. What have been your challenges, and how do you keep yourself motivated?
Wow. Yeah, tables are turning, because that's true, because self-motivation, that's a good question. Um, People like you, I feel like, has given me a more of a, hey, you know what? You can do this. More self discovery, and that you can help somebody else. So every day that I do work with my clients, and you included, I look at like the day, like, okay, they have some trust in me, so why don't I, kind of dig a little deeper on myself? And so kind of having you all be there kind of gives me accountability too, if that makes sense.
Yes,
Yeah, so okay. So I guess it's my interview time, which is fine too, because I wanted to know for you what it was like for you, and then you asked me about my self-motivation. But I'm going to turn it to you just for a second to ask, how do you also get motivated, too?
One of the things that really helped me working with you is that you made it sure that age wasn't a
Right.
factor.
We are
Right.
both.
And you were so encouraging, and I've looked at what you've done. You've entered a couple of competitions. You've showed me your photos of everything you've accomplished, in your own body, and that has really inspired me. There is no age,
Right.
and I love that, right?
Right.
And I want to be fit till as long as I possibly can do it. If it's for the rest of my life, I hope that's my goal.
Right.
And it's very encouraging to have people like you that you've motivated me a lot. And
Because, wow, I mean, we're both motivating each other, and that's
Yes.
what it's about, like,
That is what it's
to
about.
help and to grow.
Yes.
You look really amazing, so I know that food plays
a big part.
a big part, right?
Yes.
And so you do, because I remember when I met you, you were like, you told me that you know how you eat. You're very conscious-minded of your food intake too. Does that still apply today?
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I think more than ever, having had the experience, like my boss, who is currently fighting cancer. I've seen sort of his approach, and he went to an alkaline diet and
Okay.
really, juicing, cut out all sugar, and his improvement has been amazing. So
Wow.
that's kind of a diet that I'm following too.
Okay.
More on the vegan side,
Mhm.
making sure that my body stays alkaline, but has the proper nutrition.
Right.
But go ahead.
No, I mean, which is great, and I understand that. And just to remind us that our body also is acidic, right? I mean,
Yes.
it has
Yes.
7.5, I believe, that we are aligned. So the food that we bring in helps bring the balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So- Yay. Did you?
It's my turn to ask.
It is. Let's go. I get comfortable. Woo. I'm ready. No.
So one of the parts that I love most about you is just your enthusiasm, right? So what is it that you love so much about what you do?
That is so. Oh my gosh. I think that I feed off the energy of others. I really do. Because, coming here, they don't know, but it was a little challenge. I'm like, where is this place we're meeting? But, the enthusiasm to meet you, see you, and to do this connection together. And so I feel that it is a energy source that comes from within my spirit that, like you mentioned about being empowered. And I never really looked at it like that. So you had asked me that question a few months ago, and I'm like, I don't know, like empowerment. What does that mean? I started to reflect on that, and I feel now I can say I'm doing a lot of actually self-discovery and inner workings within myself, because I'm gonna just keep it real. As a trainer, we are built to stay confident and be strong, but I'm human, and I suffer too from some insecurities and stuff like that, which is one of the episodes that I talked about too, about anxiety, that I feel now it can utilize and manifest in a healthy way. So like an anxiety for so for to bring it to for good, you know, and I like to call it an energy, you know, not a scatter mind. I'm able to say, okay, this is the goal that we're doing today, and let's apply it so it's more like an energy source. So yeah.
That's wonderful. You know, one of the, because you and I met at Gold's Gym.
Yeah, we met at Gold's
Okay,
Gym.
and I tell you what, because I watched you come in, right? And the thing that I loved about you is that as you were walking down the gym to the locker room, you would stop by and really encourage everybody that was exercising, right? And you would kind of make sure that they were aligned correctly, and you were just kind of like, yeah, you go.
Right.
And
I did do that. But,
and you know what? I've never seen a trainer do that before, and it's that, you know, you're very genuine. You really love what you do.
I do.
And you know what? That's what you give to your clients, and you've given to me.
Oh,
right?
man.
So it's really, when I see that, what you do in me is that I want to be better, right? And I look at you and I go, you know what? She did it. I can do it.
Right.
Right? And I think that's, you know, for me, empowerment and helping women is kind of uniting women together and helping each other.
Yes.
Because it's not easy.
No.
It's not easy as an entrepreneur. It's not easy, and you're an entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Because this is your business.
And you are.
I'm working.
You're working. Right.
But I just really wanted to thank you for really encouraging me.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes as you get a little older, you know, because when you're in your 20s and 30s, oh my God, you can do whatever, right? It's as you start advancing in age.
Well, it's a new challenge.
It's a new challenge.
It's a new challenge.
It's a new challenge, but you make it seem like, you know what, I can do this.
Right.
Right, and it is your energy and it is your knowledge, because I do want to emphasize the amount of knowledge you have. Okay, both kinesiology, how the body moves, is the correct movement, what's good, and nutrition. You're very well founded on nutrition.
Right.
That's something that you've always emphasized to me.
Yeah.
Right, that it has to be the marriage of exercise and nutrition.
That's true.
And you do a really, really wonderful job. You know, you create relationships, which is wonderful. And I can't say any more nice things about you because you've done all of that.
No, I appreciate it. But when you mentioned the body mechanics too, I remember what I like to look at is your form and
Yes.
what you're doing.
Yes.
And maybe for you, what works might not work for another.
Exactly.
So I like, I used to do those classes, and I remember you were very open to trying the moves.
Yes.
And you do have some we're trying to be mindful of some shoulder issues.
I have a shoulder issue. I've got a hip issue, right?
So we try to work and manipulate it and do it in a balanced kind of way today. So that's where we're at with that. But the original goal was to say health and wellness and the experience of my client and what it's like for them. But at the same time, I mean, I too have, and I thank you for asking me these questions because I love the fact that I can feed off the energy of you, which helps bring a humility a little bit, and a little bit of of shyness. Because of like, oh, really? I'm doing that, but I am doing that, and so that goes back to where you reminded me of this women empowerment, and that I am worthy, and
absolutely.
I got
Absolutely. I just.
So thank you for that.
And seriously, Molly is just a really, really wonderful trainer, and you've done wonders for me, and I feel better and healthier than I've felt in a long, long
Well,
time.
I always see you and I say you look amazing. And
Well,
that way,
same thing.
and speaking of age, see, I try not to. I want to not have age as a factor,
Good.
right? Of
Yes.
our
Yes.
of where we're at. At the same time, though, I feel like it's true. We are a little bit older. So the fact that you have so much energy in itself when we do workouts, and you're like willing, to me, tells me that age isn't playing a factor in you or me. You know.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset that I have that age doesn't play.
Change your mind, change your lifestyle. That's what I say in
Absolutely.
my motto.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Let's see if we have any. I think I wanted to ask a final question, and I
Okay.
don't know if you did, which
Okay.
is, family. So health and wellness with either family or connections. Do you feel that you, being who you are, and self-driven, and do you feel like, or even with work, does that play a role? Meaning, do they feed off who you are?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think health, wellness, and family. It becomes kind of a mutual.
Yes.
Right. As my family sees me trying new things
Uh-huh.
and venturing into new territories, and
Wow.
they have come back and says, "Wow, we are so happy to see you do this, and we are inspired by you," and that kind of keeps us motivated.
That's good.
So yeah, I kind of each thing kind of feeds off each other,
Okay.
and that's it's really wonderful. But the main goal that I want to sort of reach in my life is is health and wellness in my body, health and wellness in my mind,
That's right.
health and wellness in my spirit, right?
Mhm.
Because spirit is very important in everything we do, and health and wellness in relationships, right? And I love
Yeah.
our friendship, and
Yes.
you are, like I said, you're a mentor, and I'm very grateful, for everything you've shared with me.
This was awesome. Do you have any last minute extra credit question, or are you good? I don't know. Since we're both here together, I don't know. I'm ready now.
You're ready now? No, I really wanted to thank you for this interview, and I just want to continue to support you. I think you are amazing, and I expect you to go. The sky's the limit for you.
Well,
So-
I'm doing a new podcast.
That's awesome.
So
That's great.
that is new. As being a personal trainer for quite a while, this in itself, podcasting, which I'm starting to really love, and you took the time to meet me and then ask me a few questions, which is fine too. But it's like, and being on YouTube, just being able to showcase my personality and who I am, is something that I kind of showed away from years ago. But I'm like, hey, I turned 50, whatever that means, but to me, 50, it was a milestone.
Fabulous 50. So you're
Fabulous
doing-
50.
you're doing
And I'm
amazing.
like, I want to live my best life. And,
Yes.
my
Yes.
best life to me is getting in touch with my mind and keeping my body aligned with that. I don't have to be show ready. That means like a bodybuilding show per se.
But you have been, and you
I have been.
And you have that kind of a body.
But
so.
I don't have to be do a show in order to be 100% happy. I want to be able to live a healthy lifestyle. So,
Yes.
I love that. So yeah. So
No,
this
this has been great.
yeah, and
Yes.
and I wanted to say, I know you are. I wanted to ask you what you are working on today. Is there something you want to share to the viewers? Anything that you're working on to help where you're at on your fitness journey and your health and business journey?
You know what? From a health point of view, I want to be the healthiest me that I can possibly be. I'm working on healing some of the injuries that I
Right.
have. Okay. And my goal is like 2-3 years from now, I really want to have a sculptured body, right?
Well, you have one.
Well, but
I mean,
keep it
you
up there.
have one. To keep
Keep it up there.
to go to another level on the
Yes.
healthy.
Yes.
No, we don't need 2 years. No.
No, we
No,
can do it.
no. I think that, well, that's off topic, but, you know, the fact that, you know, maybe stretching is included and we can incorporate that. I just did that with my client who's I want to say like a yoga client. Also, we do workouts too. So with you and I, we do stretch, but not as much. Maybe we can bring some of that along.
Absolutely, because you know it's important the joint health.
Yes.
All of that starts playing a role.
And that helps with my spirit and my mind too.
Yes.
I mean, you stretch too,
Yeah.
but I was just thinking of that. And
no, that's super important. And career-wise, you know what? I want to. One of my missions is to empower women to
Yes.
be everything they can be. If you know, to choose if they want to be entrepreneurs, absolutely. To find their essence, to find their strength, and to just be the fabulous human beings that we all can be.
we all can be.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, how do you feel? I want to ask you one last thing because we talked about women empowerment. I mean, you're working because you're a woman, right? You identify as obviously a woman,
Yeah.
and you wanted to help women, but you're okay, like you support everyone
Absolutely,
that
everybody.
wants to be.
You know what?
Okay.
Men, women, they're
Right,
all
right.
wonderful. I focus a little bit more on women because as a woman,
Right.
and being working for many, many years in a very male-dominated industry, and I love men.
Right.
It's been difficult.
Good point.
Right, it's difficult. So I just think that society has. I don't know. I think I talk in terms of like the male energy and the female energy.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And I think the female energy needs to be boosted up.
I
a little bit.
understand that.
And that creates a balance. Right?
Yes.
Because when we're out of balance,
Right.
the male energy gets out of balance, and I think it's overwhelming.
Yes.
Right.
And
So
you're
it's-
in corporate, so
and
you
yeah,
understand.
so it's
Yeah, and you know, when you mentioned me in the gym, do you know, and the viewers, I don't know if you know, the statistics for a personal trainer is male dominant.
It's
It
very,
is.
it's very, very.
So I'm glad you said that. So women empowerment, I just wanted some clarification and
Yes, it's just to support women just a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I think we need it.
we need it.
Right.
And it's good.
And it has nothing to do.
Right.
You know, men are wonderful. They contribute. This society couldn't function without them.
Right.
Right. But it can't function without us either. Right. And it's just really coming to. I always believe. I don't know if it'll ever happen that if men and women could just respect each other at their strength,
core, yeah.
at their core, and value what each one brings to the table, then a little bit of this, the gender wars wouldn't happen anymore.
Right.
But I don't know if that'll ever happen. It's just a wish.
Man, well, I wanted to thank you for meeting me and then
Thank
asking
you.
you.
Thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed this.
Wow. So, and that's how, is there a page that you have that you wanted to share with the viewers or listeners?
You know what? It's a private group.
Okay.
Called Abundant Living.
Abundant Living.
Yeah, and you can sign up and I'll let you in, and it's all about encouraging and
There you
finding
go.
Motivation and to be the best of yourself.
The best version of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yes, if it's going to be, it's up to me.
Yes. There you go. I love
I
that.
got a lot of phrases. I don't know. I'm starting to. But I wanted to say
That's great.
thank you so much, and I wanted to let the viewers and listeners, let you guys know. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Health and Wellness, and also it is your experience with exercise and what that's been like for you, and not just exercise, the full mind-body connection. And my client asked me a few questions too, so I appreciate
Thank you very much.
that
I
too.
appreciate it.
So if you are interested, you can find me at Body by Malaika or Body by Molly, and I'm on Instagram and also YouTube as well. But anyway, thank you for tapping into this episode, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. This is really.
I don't think I recorded this other one.